Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Stormwalker Group YouTube channel. This is a special video. It's not one of our usual series like Real Canadian Heroes or Units of the CAF or anything else. This is kind of a, I don't know, maybe this will become its own series. So welcome in, everybody. Grab a seat, get comfortable. Date? Whatever. Chill out, do what you need to do, and let's start this video. This is C2C for PTSD, the Chad Kennedy story.
I like history and Canada. I like the Army, Air Force, and Navy too. Here's another video about that stuff. Like and subscribe to Stormwalker Group.
Stormwalker Group is not a registered organization or charity and is merely a vehicle by which to promote causes and charitable organizations that benefit the well-being of public service personnel, including, but not limited to, military, law enforcement, national intelligence, border and customs, corrections, and emergency medical services within Canada.
Today, we're diving into an inspiring story of resilience, advocacy, and community support. I recently interviewed Chad Kennedy. We talked about his time in the Canadian Armed Forces, his time as a first responder, and the remarkable work that his charity, C2C for PTSD, is engaged in. This organization has been making waves across Canada, shedding light on post-traumatic stress disorder as well as operational stress injuries among those in high-risk professions. In this video, we're going to share Chad's story, the mission of C2C, and some critical insights into the mental health challenges faced by our veterans and first responders. And so we're about to get to it. So if you need to grab yourself a coffee, use the bathroom, or have a smoke, I suggest you pause the video and do so now. Then like the video and continue watching. Chad Kennedy's path to advocacy is rooted in a lifetime of service. Born and raised in Canada, Chad joined the Canadian Armed Forces, where he served with distinction in non-combat roles. His commitment didn't end there, though. He transitioned into a career as a first responder, including time with the Alberta Sheriff Highway Patrol. In these positions, Chad encountered situations that demanded extraordinary resilience and quick thinking, dealing with emergencies, accidents, and the unpredictable nature of public safety work. Day in and day out, he would put the well-being of others first, often at great personal cost. These experiences, while fulfilling, accumulated over time, layering invisible burdens that many in similar roles have known all too well. In 2018, Chad received a diagnosis of post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, stemming from the traumas he had endured throughout his career. PTSD is a condition that can arise from repeated exposures to stressful or life-threatening events, manifesting in symptoms like flashbacks, severe anxiety, and emotional numbness. For Chad, this diagnosis came after years of managing the weight of his duties. His condition was further compounded in July 2020, when he responded to the devastating Columbia Icefields bus crash, a tragic incident that left an indelible mark on everyone involved. The aftermath intensified his struggles, pushing him to a point of profound despair. On August 2nd, 2020, amid overwhelming emotional turmoil, Chad found himself at a crossroads. In that moment of deepest challenge, he experienced a profound vision, a call to action that redirected his path. Instead of succumbing to the darkness, he envisioned embarking on a cross-country journey to share his experiences of trauma, recovery, and hope. This epiphany became the catalyst for change, transforming personal pain into a platform for helping others. Chad chose to channel his energy into raising awareness, proving that even in our darkest hours, there is a way forward with the right support. From this turning point sprang C2C for PTSD, a nonprofit organization that Chad founded to address the very issues that he had faced. Registered in Alberta with charitable number 352364, C2C aims to destigmatize mental health conversations within military, veteran, and public safety communities. The name C2C evokes Canada's vast landscape, symbolizing a journey from the Pacific to the Atlantic and beyond to connect people, share stories, and foster understanding. At its core, the charity focuses on normalizing discussions about PTSD and operational stress injuries, which are broader terms encompassing the psychological impacts of high-stress occupations. By doing so, C2C encourages individuals to seek help early, support families affected by these conditions, and bolster existing programs that provide resources and care. The long walks. One of the most visible aspects of C2C for PTSD is its ambitious cross-Canada walks. Chad initiated the first major trek in April 2022, starting from the west coast near Vancouver and progressing eastward in stages. These walks aren't just physical feats. They're symbolic odysseys that bring communities together. Over the years, the journeys have continued in 2023, 2025, and into the present, covering routes from St. John's, Newfoundland, westward to places like Leamington and Pelee Island in Ontario. Chad and his volunteer team cover significant daily distances, often engaging with local police, fire services, and veteran groups along the way. During these events, Chad delivers keynote presentations, sharing his story to inspire others and highlight available resources. The walks emphasize key themes, such as Families First, which underscores the ripple effects of PTSD on loved ones. As a volunteer-driven organization, C2C relies on community donations and partnerships to fund its operations. Fundraising campaigns aim for goals like $100,000 annually, with proceeds directed towards awareness events, peer support initiatives, and contributions to established mental health programs. Through media appearances, podcasts, and public engagements, Chad has amplified the message that help is available and no one needs to face these challenges alone. Based in the scenic Crow's Nest Pass area of Alberta, C2C maintains an active online presence through its website and social media where supporters can learn more, donate, or get involved. Chad's story resonates because it's not just about survival, it's about thriving and giving back. His work demonstrates that recovery is possible and that by opening up dialogues, we can create a more supportive environment for those who serve. The reality for our vets and first responders. Now let's turn our attention to the broader context. The poignant realities of our Canadian veterans and first responders. These dedicated individuals serve our nation and our communities, yet they often bear invisible wounds from the stress of that service. According to Veterans Affairs Canada, over 10% of our war zone veterans, even those on peacekeeping missions, may develop PTSD. In the 2018 Canadian Armed Forces Members and Veterans Mental Health Follow-up Survey, 44% of respondents reported experiencing symptoms consistent with mental health disorders such as anxiety or depression at some point between 2002 and 2018. Among released regular force veterans from recent decades, 24% have reported a diagnosis of a mood disorder, anxiety disorder, or PTSD. It is important to recognize that non-combat military experiences can still lead to significant emotional trauma and interpersonal challenges for the service members. Events such as military sexual trauma, witnessing severe injuries or deaths in accidents or natural disasters, survivor's guilt, exposure to violence without direct combat, or intense training exercises can trigger post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms. These may include flashbacks, chronic anxiety, depression, hyperarousal, and emotional detachment, which often strain relationships by causing social withdrawal, difficulties in maintaining family cohesion, reduced motivation in social interactions, and impaired ability to form or sustain romantic partnerships. Veterans facing these issues may experience isolation and reluctance to seek help, some with the thought that they shouldn't need assistance due to it not being combat-related, further exacerbating the impact on their personal and professional lives. For first responders, the numbers are equally disturbing. It's estimated that 70,000 have experienced PTSD in their lifetime, leading to increased absences, burnout, and broader personal impacts. These statistics highlight the urgent need for awareness and intervention. In the veteran community, mental health challenges remain prevalent, with studies indicating elevated rates of depression, anxiety, and PTSD compared to the general population. For active and former military personnel, past year mental disorders have been documented at notable levels in national surveys. These challenges can lead to tragic outcomes, with reports indicating that in 2023 alone, multiple serving regular force personnel and reservists were lost to these struggles. Such losses underscore the invisible toll of service, reminding us that mental health support must be a priority. Organizations like C2C play a vital role in bridging gaps, promoting early access to care, and fostering peer networks that save lives. Chad Kennedy's initiative is a beacon of hope in this landscape. By walking sea to sea, he is not only building bridges, he is connecting isolated individuals to resources and reminding us all of the strength and vulnerability. If this story speaks to you, consider visiting the CTC for PTSD website to see how you can contribute. Whether through donations, volunteering, or simply sharing the message, all the support counts. In closing, let's reflect on the profound sacrifices made by our service members, our PSPs, our public service personnel. Their dedication safeguards our freedoms and our communities, often at great personal expense. And stories like Chad's remind us that hope and recovery are within reach. For all our service members gave and continue to give, lest we forget. Have a good one, eh?
I like history and Canada. I like the Army, Air Force, and Navy too. Here's another video about that stuff. Like and subscribe to Stormwalker Group.
The SWG is not affiliated with any governmental or military organizations, at least in any official capacity, and is a poorly funded half-baked concept for a media group where Canadian military-focused discussions, history, stories, businesses, and voices can be shared. Please like, share, and subscribe unless you hate Canada, in which case, f*** off, you bloody hoser.